Hi everyone, welcome back to this new chapter. Well, today we're going to be diving into chapter 4 of the book titled Disappointment, an African Novel. If you're joining us for the first time, you're highly welcome. You can grab your seat and listen to this lovely story. If you can't seem to follow along, you can just scroll back a little more to catch up with us. Alright, so here we go. William the Don was a name in the University of the Republic. Almost all the lecturers knew him. The students knew him too, not just because he started teaching at a very young age, but because he was at the School of General Studies, the faculty that allocated courses to him across all other faculties of the university. He wrote a number of literature texts, and these writings endeared him to his readers in the university, other universities, colleges, and polytechnics. William had been a married man for about a decade. He was simple and transparent as an individual and showed these qualities in running his family. His children were all infants. He guarded them quite tenderly. He loved his wife with passion. Enema started childbearing many years after her wedding. She completed her first degree program, served her fatherland for 1 year, ever before she conceived for the first baby. The decision was to allow her make a good result in her degree examination, and it paid off. It paid off because she made second-class honors, upper division. It was a stunning result to her husband, their friends and well-wishers, and the fact to the university community. A lot of people knew Williams, so it was not a surprise that Enema's excellent performance spread to the nook and crannies of the academic center. Compliments were showered on Williams everywhere he found himself on campus. His friends, superiors, and subordinates congratulated him. As he entered the office of the head department of English Studies, one of those days, a discussion ensued between them. Hi, Williams. Good morning, Doc. You look extra good this morning. I'm sure it must be in connection with the good news about your wife. William beamed with smile and threw to his boss. There was extra cheers on his face. Congratulations. Thank you, my HOD. So you knew she was as intelligent as this before you married her? Yes, sir. I picked her from the cradle, and even in those days, I knew she had something upstairs. As a matter of fact, it was the major criterion in my consideration. And she is a beautiful woman too. By the grace of God, she is. Your family has bright prospects with this kind of result. I was told that she almost made a distinction. Yes, she was close to that, quite close. That's good, and it makes her employment in this institution sure, as my friend would say. I pray so. What did she study? Political science, Doc. I gathered from the last Senate meeting that there were vacancies here and there, and that very soon a personnel unit will advertise that for those positions. My take on the matter is that she should apply. If there are no vacancies in her level, she should apply for lower position. In the long run, she will be converted to a level and position appropriate for her qualification. Thank you, sir. William concise and left the office. Enema suddenly woke up from a trance as she was taking her regular siesta. Two of her children were crying about the house, but her mind did not go their way. Perspiration was all over her, making her use her wrapper to mop her face, her neck, and her elbow. In the process, something entered into her right eyes. She blinked a couple of times and succeeded in using the wrapper to remove the speck. Her mind shifted to the dreamland where she encountered Adigwe with angry glances on her. She wondered why she should be beholding Adigwe in that kind of mood, whereas Adigwe had not shown her any signs of vexation. in all those years. She recalled that it had been a long time that she visited her friend and wondered whether there was a problem. Instantly, it occurred to her that Adigwe sent her a beautiful season card just 3 months back and 2 months back. She and her husband almost collided with Adigwe at the Alaba Central Market. The crowd was thick that day, yet they succeeded in exchanging pleasantries for up to 5 minutes. Adigwe was her usual self, full of cheers and blessedness. She had on several occasions carried out a character analysis of Adigwe. On many occasions too, she had compared the contraction herself with Adigwe and concluded that Adigwe was more tolerant and forgiving than she herself. She had inwardly admitted that there was a play number of issues she would neither tolerate nor play down, but which her friends would easily dismiss as non-issues. Enema decided to go back to her studies, for she had been reading and writing for more than 2 hours before the nightmare. Just then, her mind went back to her misdeeds against Adigwe. She became unhappy with everything because in the past, she had done quite a lot by way of atonement. For example, she recalled that she visited Adigwe as a special friend in all the maternities Adigwe passed through, and that she spent a fortune on each occasion. The special season card was to recompense an appreciation for the immense favor she did to her. The money she sent her for her children's Christmas wares, there were intermittent disruption in her studies, and it was caused by the state of her mind. She terminated the studies and retired to her bedroom. In bed, she wondered why her conscience should still be harassing her after all those years and after Adigwe herself had dumped the matter. She dressed up immediately, in a matter of minutes, chartered a taxi and took her to River Road residence of Adigwe. "Nne, how are you?" Adigwe erupted and heartfully enfolded her friends. "I'm fine. Your facial expression doesn't show that you are happy. What's the matter, Enema?" "There is no problem," Enema said, producing smile rather mechanically. "I ran into your husband as I was entering the Central Market 3 weeks ago. He had finished his business in the market and was packing the items into his car. I wondered why he went to the market alone. Your mood now reminds me that he didn't respond positively to the pleasantries I made about you and your children. What's the matter?" "So he discussed the matter with you without saying anything about it. It means that something is wrong between the two of you. You know that he has a way of being stupid," Enema said without adding anything, her face clearly melancholic. "Oh my God, what kind of problem is this that will make you use those words on your husband?" "We shall talk about it later because this is not why I'm here. I came across you in the dreamland some hours ago, and as I was taking my siesta. You were so cross with me, and when I wanted to find out why, I suddenly woke up. You saw me in your dream? It is either that some gossips have said one thing or the other about me, or that you still walk with the past. I didn't understand it and decided to see you immediately for a one-on-one discussion," Enema ended. "You amaze me, Enema. I'm perplexed because right from childhood, I've never had any cause to discuss you with anybody. I remember I discussed you with my mother on one occasion, but that was because of the nature of the subject. I'm ready to swear any day that I had nothing about you from anybody, and I have never said anything about you to anybody." She reacted with vexation written all over her face. "I don't mean any harm, Ada. I am here for a solution to my problem and hope that you will assist me." "What is your problem?" "The dream I had depressed me. You captured it as I was entering this house. The solution is simple, but I want to know whether you yourself discussed me with any of your friends." "I don't discuss you with anybody, honestly speaking, and I beg you to brush that idea aside." "I've heard you, but there's another investigation I want to make. Do you think I bear you any grudges?" I don't think so, my dear, Enema responded, looking quite apologetic. Frankly speaking, I'm becoming afraid of you. If you still think and reason the way you do after these years of friendship, then there is a question mark on our friendship. Adigwe was not done, but before she could add to what she had said, Enema exploded into tears. She wept unabatedly, unabashedly. It was not the first time a thing like this had happened in their relationship since they were infants. Adigwe took up the responsibility of an elder sister once more. She dashed into the bedroom and dashed out with a piece of cloth. She dabbed Enema's face with the cloth in a bid to console her, asking her to take it easy. Adigwe promised her friend that she had a solution to her problem. The moment Adigwe promised so, the tears ebbed out. Your problem is psychological, Enema. I think you are correct, Enema responded. You need to be closer to God in addition to that reading and writing that takes so much of your time. There are many groups in the church, groups that engage in Bible studies. You should join one of them and be committed member. Adigwe discovered that her friend was all ears. Enema nodded in approval of every point made by Adigwe. Looking at her, she was brightened up and wrangled herself out of depression. She was very happy that Enema was getting better. If you like, you should increase the frequency of your visits to me. I promise to do likewise to you so as to remove the instincts of relapsing into the past. Do you understand me? I do. And that's why I consider you the most precious person I have in this world. But the most precious person you have is your husband, Adigwe said, expecting her friends to correct herself. Don't mind that man, Enema said with a change in countenance. Why do you make this kind of comment about no less a person than your own husband? Is anything the matter? We shall talk about it later. Your counseling is interesting and I'm promising to work with you. There is no problem that cannot be resolved with a man like William, especially now that he has employed you in the system. He told me that he is working in converting your appointment to a lectureship position. Don't you think he is making you great? Yes, but these are some issues I've decided not to take from him, especially now that I'm also buoyed up as a worker. Has he finished with the conversation? Yes, I'm now a lecturer and in a very vibrant department, the Department of Political Science. You are big. You are great. 3 happy cheers for you. Hip, hip, hip. The two of them chorus, hooray! Enema, you are a very lucky person. How do you mean? Are you trying to say that academically speaking, I'm not sound enough to have attended a university or that my people are not equal to the task? I don't mean that. The fact that he played a role in your career right from the admission point to the point of employment means that he has contributed a lot to you. One can correctly say that he has invested in you. You should be happy with him and forgive him in all his errands no matter what, and be his housewife and housemaid. You must disregard the idea of Dr. Allen on African marriage because she hails from a background different from the African world. A wise woman here should not work with those ideas in relating with her husband. A lot of people envy your status as the wife of a lecturer, and now you are a lecturer yourself. I don't doubt you, Adigwe, but nobody knows what I passed through in that house. Nobody knows the level of chauvinism in that man. This world is a theater of ironics. How? You envy someone and of one thing, whereas the person envies you of one or two other things. Enema stressed, feeling that she had made an intelligent contribution to the discussion. Is it possible, Enema, that you envy another woman of anything in this world? Are you saying that there aren't some areas in life? Are you saying that there aren't some areas in life in which you are better than me? Isn't this mockery, Enema? On the contrary, I'm serious. My children are all siblings and toddlers, whereas a lot of yours are adolescents. You conclude with maternity. You concluded with maternity ways back, but I still need one or two issues. Very soon, you will begin to reap the fruit of your labor. And Emma enthused, very proud that she had hit yet another jackpot. Enema was known for springing surprises in discussions and argument situations. It was this flair that recommended her as a member of their school's debating team during the post-primary school days. The instinct to fight back with a shocker had no petered out of her. Adigwe meant to reorganize and fight back, but in them was the understanding that they were concluding. There were also the signs that they would revisit the topic some other day. Then they stepped out of the building and onto the river road. I'll visit you Wednesday next week, purposely to defeat you on this issue, Adigwe boasted. You will be welcome, but it will be a disappointment because you will not win. Impossible. Will you bet for that? Adigwe made to know and at the same time stretch her index finger out for the betting. Yes, Enema hallowed in excitement. How much? 1,000 naira. Why not 2,000 naira? Don't worry, Ada. I will pay for you because I'm more interested in beating you. Hallow in this matter. My take on the issue of your husband is that the African man is noted for chauvinism. If If that is the problem with him, it is not a serious one at all and should not cause rancor. Every responsible African woman should not strive to hate her husband. I don't like that. I will not deceive you. William is not a difficult man. He should reap the fruits of his labor. Appreciate him as a way of enhancing the bliss of your family, she said. As she was still on it, the taxi tilted towards them. Enema entered, and as it taxied its way onto the main road, their voices were heard. Bye and have a pleasant night, Adigwe. Bye and remember our appointment. Okay, here comes the end of the chapter 4 of this novel titled Disappointment. It's kind of funny how two people of opposite mindsets can become best of friends. Well, let's see where they end up, or let's say where we are headed. Alright, if you're just joining us for the first time, you're highly welcome, and I promise you'll enjoy your stay. So grab your seat and listen to our lovely novels. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, share and like so you can get the notifications of the latest dropping episodes. Have a nice day. Bye.